Hey everyone. Today I want to talk to you about how to find and live in your areas of genius. And that could be plural, right? But we have many talents that have been given to us genetically, divinely, however you want to say that. I read somewhere once that if someone is not living into their talents, that it actually causes addictions. And that makes sense to me in terms of the frustration that comes when we're not actually living into what we're really here to do. And I help people as a business peak performance and voice coach to actually actualize what they're here to do. Okay, so let's talk about areas. I want you to think about areas where you just are so happy, where you feel alive, where you are having a blast, where it's really easy for you. And sometimes we take those things for granted because they're easy, right? But they actually may be incredibly difficult for someone else. I have a worksheet for you. There's a link there. You can download it. And there's four quadrants. And what you can do is you can do this for your work and you can do this for your life, a separate one for each. And in the in the top, the upper part, there's a quadrant for areas of genius, areas of excellence, lower, areas of competence, and areas of incompetence. So I'll give you an example. For me in work, areas of genius are coaching, songwriting, singing, um, business strategy, communication, motivation, and positivity. I'm like naturally positive. And, sort of my strengths from Clifton Strength Finders and things that I just love doing. Like I can write a really good song in a half an hour, between a half an hour and 2 hours. Just, it just is, it's my talent. And I've worked really hard as a singer, so it's my joy also. Studied for 12 years and practiced a lot. I've definitely put in my 10,000 hours. So then areas of excellence, um, that maybe some of those are in my areas of excellence. Maybe my bass playing, for example, is an area of excellence. Being a band leader would be an area of excellence. Um, Being a really good listener. Okay. And then definitely, I would say areas of incompetence is like filing. I don't like filing. And areas of competence are some of the administrative tasks that I do. So those are ideas. Okay. So the idea is that when we're living in the top part, that 80% of our income can come from that very easily. That's the Pareto principle. There are all sorts of places where this shows up. This is a principle from the mid 1800s. It's a mathematical principle that 20% of work will net 80% of results. And Malcolm Gladwell, who's a best-selling New York Times author, has some of the Pareto principle in his Revenge of the Turning Point book. Uh, Apparently 80% of the auto pollution is from 20% of the cars. So there are many, many ways that this Pareto, Pareto principle is an exhibit. You can look it up. And so we want to, it's when it's easy for us, it's 20% of the effort, but it's very easy for it to be 80% of our income or more. And what happens is when we're living in those zones of joy, like when I have a gig and I'm performing, clients fly in the door. I don't even do any advertising. It's like they're attracted. And also, I would say maybe one of my areas of excellence is that I'm following taking time off, taking a week off to 2 weeks off a month. There's a second week off once a quarter. And when I do that, and when I really rest and take care of myself, it's very easy. People are just attracted. Now I have to take actions, but often people will just contact me. So what I'd love to do is have you make comments, but also let me know how this goes for you. What do you notice? How can you hang out in these areas more? And if you're not doing some of these things, what I do when I have trouble doing any of the things that I know are my areas of genius and love and joy is that I get support. I pay for it. I have coach. I always have a coach of one sort or another. A life coach, a business coach, a singing coach, something. And then I have free partners, accountability buddies, and then there are also, people that we can work with for free, maybe mentor somebody and or interns, etc. So there's ways to get lots of support for all of these things. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, sing, speak, and do business with your heart. Take good care. Bye.